He's used his budget reply speech to savage the Territory government's $491 million budget deficit. But the Country Liberals leader hasn't been able to say when he would return to surplus should the party win the August election. Terry Mills says that's because the details of how much taxpayers are propping up government corporations are buried in budget papers.
Behind the waterfront's glitzy facade is more government debt. The Chief Minister today announced more funding for a waterfront university business campus, while commercial development stalls.
Since 2008, global financial markets and access to funding for developers has been a significant issue.
In his budget reply speech, the opposition leader demanded to know how long the government intends to provide subsidies.
It's over $17 million towards management of the waterfront precinct and the operating payment for the Darwin Convention Centre.
It's support for the public infrastructure. Obviously, part of that is to offset the costs of the wave pool.
While criticising the government for its $491 million deficit, the opposition leader almost set a remarkable time frame to get the Territory out of debt.
We will target a return to surplus by the end of our first term in government.
But then quickly drew back.
The target is, in that first term, to identify when we would return to surplus.
Terry Mills says his savings plan includes reducing the cost of the new prison, cutting the government media budget and targeting public servants, but only senior staff.
No pay or conditions will be eroded, or any compulsory redundancy visited upon any public servant earning $110,000 or less.
Our principals earn more than $110,000 a year, every one of them, and probably our assistant principals.
The Country Liberals' plan for extra spending includes a second planning body, a tourism commission, better ports, roads and rail, and less red tape, an overture to industry.
So what we're looking for is a change in government approvals and methodologies.
Analysis of the government's budget has almost been obscured by the debate about which side of politics can get the Territory out of debt and back in business. Doctors are happy Royal Darwin Hospital is getting more beds and operating theatres, but ultimately want a new building.
Maybe working towards a 3, 5, 10, 20-year plan to replace the Royal Darwin.
Government commitments not funded in the budget are coming to light, including a prison farm for Katherine and a police post for Darwin's Bagot community. Jane Barden, ABC News.